Tori Tori. Tori gates symbolize an entrance into the spiritual realm. They're omnipresent in Japan. Interestingly, one is advised not to go through the middle. In fact, there are as many of these gates in Japan as there are peculiar superstitions. Daigoji Mon Amour. Kyoto is home to over 1,000 castles. Daigoji is exceptionally photogenic in all seasons. Perhaps that's why this cute bridge is one of the most photographed places in Japan. Kinkakuji, Golden Castle. Kinkakuji, dressed in gold and perched on the side of an Insta-friendly lake, is also a gold medal winner in Tourist Olympics. Busload after busload, thousands of visitors take selfies every single day of the year. Matsumoto-san. Unlike many tourist traps that retain only the facade, the Matsumoto Castle gives visitors an opportunity to really embrace the samurai period. The proud local volunteers are only too happy to give you a private tour. Snakes and ladders. Japan is a country of skyscrapers. Some architectural achievements simply take your breath away. Quite often they're open to visitors. Once inside, you feel like you're transported into the future. Earth-shattering Kobe. It's a common fact that Japan suffers from frequent earthquakes. One such quake in the 1990s devastated the city of Kobe. Completely rebuilt in record time, it's proof that both the Japanese people and their economy are unshakable. Always punctual. Japan prides itself on the most sophisticated train network in the world. The trains run like clockwork, down to the seconds. It shouldn't come as a shock, since punctuality is the national trait. Even passengers follow the rules precisely. Street Lamp City. The number of street lamps in Tokyo is arguably only outnumbered by the number of its residents. As the sun sets, millions of city dwellers merge with millions of city lights that illuminate their passage home, to shops and eateries, of which there are, you guessed it, millions. Neon Kingdom. It's a fair guess that all visitors to Tokyo experience a similar euphoria on their maiden visit to this neon kingdom. When the night falls, the shopping street of Ginza turns into an open-air museum of sparkling lights. Edo did. The Edo Museum in Tokyo impresses with its large-scale miniatures and the detailed reproduction of this chapter of Japan's history, when the country was closed off to the rest of the world. It also illustrates Edo's enduring influence. As you can see, the Japanese were stylish even before the invention of street lamps. Kimono fashion. One popular attraction among visitors to Kyoto is to don themselves in traditional kimono dress. Depending on your wallet, you can be totally transformed into a sophisticated citizen of Japan's yesteryears. It's worth noting that when properly put on, kimonos are rather comfortable to wear, especially in summer. Tenjin Matsuri. Japan holds roughly 100,000 festivals each year. They range from small local get-togethers to mega events like this July festival in Osaka. Each year, it draws about 2 million people, involving thousands of staff and causing footpath gridlocks. Dotonbori World. Osaka is the second largest city in Japan, and Dotonbori is one of its main attractions. No matter what time of day or night you come for a visit, you'll find yourself immersed in a special universe that pulsates with tireless energy. Make a bet. Even though gambling is illegal in Japan, the economy of pachinko parlours with their slot machines is larger than the entire GDP of New Zealand. You may ask, how does that work? The answer is typically ambiguous. You've got to read between the lines. Gentlemen for hire. One peculiar form of evening entertainment is going to a dating club, where you can hire a heartthrob to be your date. He will elegantly pour you drinks, engage you with charming banter, even flirt with you if you're that way inclined. Almost always such rendezvous are strictly platonic, allowing you to return home safely on your own. Jazz forever. Japan is infatuated with classical jazz. It tirelessly plays in the background of many public places, shopping malls and cafes. Any day of the week, you can find a live spot with enthusiastic players belting out jazzy favourites. Summer garden. It's rather common to visit temples and their manicured gardens with your whole family, drinks and snacks in tow. The sliding walls are pulled right back, transforming rooms into verandas and creating perfect podiums for leisurely admiration. It's total zen. Summer heat. For parents living in big cities, the heat during summer holidays can be a real challenge. Public squares with man-made water features become improvised pools and water parks. Kawaii kitties. When people of Japan see something cute, they often exclaim kawaii, which literally translates to how adorable. And since most Japanese live in tiny flats and can't afford to own a pet, they frequent dedicated cat cafes, where for a modest entry fee they can get their daily fix of kawaii. Offbeat galleries. Exhibitions are popular in Japan. That's why there are a lot of them. Often these exhibitions are held in unexpected places. Such are the open-air galleries created by the famous architect Tadao Ando, where the space itself becomes a work of art. Japanese Alps. Commonly referred to as Japanese Alps, these pretty mountains are bursting with tourists in the ski season. In summer, the region attracts more senior visitors. Notably, even this wilderness is meticulously marked and maintained, enforcing strict adherence to the rules of enjoyment. Kamo River. This river flows through the heart of Old Kyoto, playing a significant role in the hearts of the residents. It's constantly shape-shifting, from a mere trickle in late summer to a near-flooding monster in the rainy months. Art Island. Naoshima is a truly unique destination. Here the natural magnificence seamlessly blends with the creations of painters, sculptors and architects. It can be a mission to get there, but once on the island, the real challenge is pulling yourself away. Open-air museums. Many of Japan's sightseeing attractions are in fact open-air museums. The village park in the town of Hidatakayama is one of the most famous. Here, not only can you soak up the atmosphere of the bygone era, but you can also take part in it. Spiritual capital. For many Japanese, it's considered imperative to make a pilgrimage to Ise Jingu at least once. The Shinto gods reside here in these wooden huts, which are rebuilt every 20 years on neighbouring lots. This tradition facilitates the passing of the craft to future generations, while the land is allowed to rest and breathe. Baboon whānau. These monkeys don't just soak in hot pools as seen on TV. They're quite social, even arrogant, unperturbed in the presence of humans. Don't be surprised if they approach you and give you a hard time if you don't give them a treat. Koi fish. The Japanese are not just fond of eating fish, they're fond of growing them too. Almost all ponds at temple grounds are homes to these fatty carp, who entertain the visitors with their vibrant, glistening colours. Cuppa time. Matcha is a popular alternative to coffee. This powder, made from locally grown green tea, doesn't just pack a caffeine punch. It's also very universal. In the town of Uji, the capital of matcha, the green delight is even served with noodles. Enticing fake food. Displays that look good enough to eat, also known as fake food, are a huge industry in Japan. These plastic imitations cover the entire meal spectrum, from soups and sushi to cakes and desserts. Sometimes they're so lifelike, they're literally mouth-watering. Kai time. One of Japan's main attractions is surely its cuisine. It's not uncommon for the locals to eat out for all their meals. And since the vast majority live in small apartments, their dinner parties are often held at eating venues too. Fireworks Plus. Fireworks in Japan are no ordinary event. The preparations to watch them are equally complex. It entails careful scheduling of your transport, strategic planning of the viewing point, getting there early, and making it comfortable, because the spectacular show can go on for hours.